Hi, I'm Ann Ricketts with Lighthouse Communications. And today I want to share with you 4 tips that will help you be more engaging during small talk. So a lot of people don't like small talk. They think it's awkward or trivial. They don't understand why they have to talk about the weather. They'd rather skip that and talk about business. But here's the thing, small talk is really important. Among other things, it helps you build rapport with your coworkers. And let's face it, people want to work with people who they like. It's also the first impression that you give people, and you want it to be a good one. So let's get into the tips for small talk. The first tip is always have a story. So you want to think about a specific story about a topic that's likely to come up. For example, on Mondays, you pretty much know that the small talk topic of the day is going to be, what did you do over the weekend? Instead of being general and saying, oh, not much, just relaxed at home, think of something specific. It doesn't have to be you went bungee jumping. It could be anything. Maybe you saw a really good movie on Netflix, or maybe you tried out a new Greek restaurant that you really liked. Tell people about it, and that will give people much more to relate to, they can comment on, and it'll be more interesting for them. The second tip is you want to ask people questions and listen to them. So people, they really like to talk about themselves. And if you take a genuine interest in them and listen to them, they will never forget you. So you want to, ask people questions. But here's the thing, you really want to be careful about the Me Too syndrome. And what that is that, let's say you ask me, hey Ann, what are your hobbies? And I say, oh, I like to run. Oh, really? Me too. I'm doing a race this weekend. Well, that comes from a good place because you want to show me that you have a similar interest. But the problem is you were taking an interest in me and now you're talking about yourself. And this is pretty common. We all have had this happen to us and it doesn't really feel good. So instead, listen to the person, ask the questions, let them finish, and then after they're done, you can say, oh, you know what, I run too. And that's much better than interrupting them. The third tip is you want to be present, really be in the moment. These days we're so distracted by all the things we have going on, and we have, our phones and our laptops always out. If you go look around anywhere, you can see friends or couples together. Half of them aren't really looking at each other, but rather they're looking at their phones. And the message that sends to the person you're with is anything in this phone is more interesting than what you're saying. And that's really not the message that we want to be giving our coworkers and our friends. So think of small talk as an opportunity to really practice your listening skills and be present. So put your phone in your pocket and really hone in on the person you're talking to and really think about, how do I want this person to feel at the end of this conversation? And finally, the fourth tip is watch the news or read the headlines for just 5 minutes each day. If you do that, you can know about major topics in the news, and if there's a lull in conversation, you can bring that topic up. For example, you could talk about the major storm that's hitting Hawaii, or the fact that the Oscar Pistorius trial is ending today, something like that. And you want to be careful, though, not to talk about heavy topics like war or politics or religion, because that's not really appropriate for small talk. That might lead to a debate, and if you don't know somebody very well, you want to steer clear of that. Another tip on the same note is that if there's a major event in the news, let's say the World Cup or the Super Bowl, watch it. A lot of my English students say, oh gosh, it's frustrating because they feel like Americans always talk about sports and they don't watch American football, so they feel like they can't participate in small talk. And I'm not saying that you have to become a football fan, but if there's a big game on, watch it, and that way you can participate in the small talk topic for the next week. And you can also consider it a cultural study, and who knows, you might even like it. These are the 4 tips for small talk. Try them out.